Hello and welcome to another episode of Soda Pop Reviews. Today we are trying the Fentimans Shandy. Now this is a warning, I'm putting a warning, massive warning. There's actually not going to be text over here, but this actually does have a very small amount of alcohol in it. And it's because the way Fentimans does it. Fentimans is actually a classic European beverage company. And the way they make their root beers, their the shandies, the dandelion and burdock, their classic cola, they actually brew them like a beer. And so they will actually have natural carbonation. Like a lot of the classic bottlers, they came about when it was the Prohibition era. And so they were not allowed to sell beer or whiskey or rum or wine or anything like that. So they would actually make soda pops. And so they only really knew how to brew beer. So what they would do is they would lightly lightly ferment their beverages. So there was not actually a whole lot of alcohol, but this actually does have a slight alcoholic content. I believe it is less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. So
very little.
It's very, very little, but obviously we're going to drink it very responsibly because when we bought it, we were not aware of that, and we don't like to promote alcohol on this channel, but it is actually considered a soda pop. So use your judgment. If you are a kid watching this channel, please ask your parents, obviously, first. We are not promoting this one bit. We're just reviewing it. So, so take that into consideration when you're watching this review, and hopefully you will enjoy it, and hopefully you will still continue to watch this review because I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Hi guys, welcome to Soda Pop Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the Fentimans Shandy beverage soda. We've actually already tried one of their drinks out before called the Dandelion and Burdock. So we're kind of excited to test something different from them.
Alright, so let's taste this. I've never had a shandy before. What are the ingredients in this before I go into it? It's got dealcoholized beer, so 70% malt, sugar, hops, yeast, and water. So it's pretty much like they make a beer.
Carbonated water, lemon juice,
yeah,
and lemon flavor. So
I really hope this does not taste like I'm drinking a piece of bread, because I've heard that's what beer can taste like. It looks a lot like a beer, but we're just going to have a small glass here, and hopefully it does not taste like what it looks like. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot like beer. I mean, it looks almost identical. It's got the really frothy head on it. It's got probably about a good 1/4 inch of froth to it. It smells very oaty. It smells like it's got a lot of oats in it. You can smell the oats. All right, well, let's taste this. All right, cheers. Okay, that's about all I can do. Well,
it's good. I definitely like it out of all the Fentimans that we've tried. Prefer the Dandelion Burdock.
It's a lot better than Dandelion Burdock.
Yes.
But it's that bitter, kind of alcoholic nip that
and
has...
it has that bready,
kind of
yeasty.
It has that very yeasty taste. Again, I like my sodas kind of pleasantly sweet. I mean, come on, it has 1 gram of protein in it. It means they put something in here that definitely is like a wheat product. Yeah, just not my thing. But we'll give it another taste. We'll give it a fair taste here. I could drink that, but I might not like it. If it was at a party and they had the Fentimans Shandy and the Fentimans Dandelion Burdock, I'd definitely go for this. So that does have something going for it. But if there was, a plastic bottled Coca-Cola, I would rather have that over this, because it is, it's unique. Let's put it that way. It's very unique. It's got a great oats and barley flavor to it. I mean, like, it tastes like bread, kind of. I mean, it literally tastes like bread in liquid form. But yeah, I don't really know.
I quite like it.
You actually like it?
Yeah, I like it somewhat. I think because I've tasted beer before, and this is much better. I'm one person that really does not like beer whatsoever, but this is much better in my opinion than the other stuff, because beer tends to be really, I feel, very heavy, and you're just like ingesting like bread, like, so I find this light, and also I really like the lemon juice touch to it.
You definitely get a very pleasant aftertaste actually. Mm-hmm. While you're first drinking it, you don't actually get I'm trying to get the aftertaste going on. You really don't, when you first try it, you don't get a great taste at all. It's actually very unpleasant. But after you're done drinking, you let it kind of just set in your mouth for a while. The back of your tongue kind of picks up this very kind of, it's almost like a lemon peel. Mm. Like it's got like a very lemon essence to it. Obviously, I think that's probably what I'm getting because it's got lemon juice and lemon flavoring.
It doesn't leave you with beer breath.
But it is very nice. So obviously, since there is alcohol in this, you would definitely want to drink it responsibly, obviously, like anything else. But I think this would also be very good if you're at a bar with your friends, and if they serve it there, and your friends are having a beer, and you want to be the designated driver, you could still have a pretty fun drink that looks like a beer, smells like a beer, tastes, I guess, like a beer. I don't drink. I do not promote drinking at all. But you said it tastes like a beer.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that like. It doesn't like, to me. I really don't like beer, but I've had the chance to try it before when I was in college. So I'm not a big fan of beers, but I would take this first before ever having.
Yeah. So if you're gonna be a designated driver, mm-hmm. You can still participate in the fun and not have some of that peer pressure of having to grab a, like a coca-cola or something and look like a non-participant. If you're into that kind of stuff, but for just a side drink, it's not awful. Like I said, I personally wouldn't go for it if I had the choice. But if it was sitting there, it's the only choice I had, I could definitely drink it and not really have a regrettable feeling to it. But I think that's probably all I'm going to have for now, just because I'm not a big alcoholic fan. And it does say there's alcohol, so I'm not going to finish that. But for those of you out there that don't mind it, it's going to be a good soda for you, I think. Alright, so let's come to that time of the episode where we rate that soda. So Cindy, what would you rate the Fentimans Shandy?
So I'm going to give it a 3.5. I love it in the way that it exposes you to like a different kind of like drink that's out there. When we first picked it up, we had no idea it had alcohol at all. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of that it's not, if you ever have kombucha is also sold in stores, and that always also has like a small percentage like of alcohol.
Oh, because kombucha is fermented green tea, right?
Yeah, fermented tea or so.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminds me because of that. It's kind of like earthy and like soury, which I do enjoy and like. But a 3.5 I would say, because just for what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give it a 2. It's a lot better than what I gave the Fentimans Dandelion and Burdock. I just, again, since this is obviously my review, I'm not speaking in terms of sodas. I'm speaking in terms of what this is and how I react to it. Number one, I don't like things that have alcohol. That makes me kind of leery because I like having a clear conscience. So that's kind of what I had going for it in terms of making it less, and just the fact that it's kind of bready. I don't really like that all that much, but it does have a really pleasant aftertaste. And so if you're kind of that person that likes kind of some of those craft beers that have different kind of undertones to them, this is going to be one of those ones you could definitely reach for instead of a beer. And I think that's definitely what it has going for it as well as far as an upside. So it does have its pros and cons, but again, I can't give it any more than a 2, probably just because of what it is for me.
Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in today and checking out the Fentimans Shandy up with us. If you guys want to try out this drink, give the video a thumbs up. Comment below if you guys have any questions about the drink itself, or if you have any suggestions also of other things that we can try out. And up next, we're going to be reviewing the Swamp Pop Tsutsuma Fizz. We already reviewed a drink from this company before called the Coca-Cola, but this one we're going to be trying is fruitier and it's non-alcoholic, so stay tuned for that one.